Good afternoon. We have here with us today Asgeir Jakola, who is the youngest neurosurgery full professor in Sweden. He works at Sahlgrenska University Hospital in Gothenburg, and is the chair of the research fund of the EANS. Asgeir, congratulations. It's hard work.
Thank you.
How does it feel doing the job you do for the EANS?
Well, the research fund is, I think, both a meaningful way for pushing European research and to introducing young people. For me, it's being very into research. I think it's a perfect match in that sense. But there are some, of course, some challenges. It's not a section or chair; it's a single person position. But the fantastic office helps a lot when you're new to a position and you can sort of grow into it.
So for someone who hasn't had the chance to find out what it is about and is asking, what is this research fund? What's it for? What would you tell them?
Well, the research fund is seed grants. It's for young people. So it has some soft age cut. So it should be young career neurosurgeon scientists. And it's also for projects that's not full scale yet. So it's supposed to be something to keep you going, to get some pilot data, to be more competitive in larger grants. But I think one thing that it doesn't really mention, I think it's very important, is that I think the stamp that we as a neurosurgical community give to the project is probably more important in future applications than the actual 10,000 euros.
Absolutely. What do you think of neurosurgical research? I know you do oncology. So what do you think of the field, either in your subspecialty or neurosurgery in general?
Well, neurosurgery in general, I think it's too big of a question. I think I would take it back to the research fund applications, and I think we had 82 applications from 20 countries, so we have the full breadth of Europe taking the chance to apply. But it's quite competitive. We do provide 8 grants. And from the applications, reviewed by experts in the field, it's high scores all over. I'm more able to do the oncology part, as you say, and I think the best projects is definitely competitive, worldwide.
Yeah, and you're right. In fact, over the last 10 years or so, we've seen an increasing popularity in the competition for these awards. Which are seed funding, as you said, pump priming grants, and it's getting more and more competitive, which means we need to be able to select and promote this the best way possible. You mentioned some challenges. Do you want to share some with us?
Yeah, one of the challenges is, of course, to choose the best project among several good ones. So that is one challenge, but that is in every competition. Another challenge, maybe this was my first year. I don't know how it was exactly the previous years, but this is the first post-COVID year. And it was difficult to get the fund from the sponsor. So the sponsor actually, providing industrial partners, providing us with some funding, that was hard to reach out, but we do have some with us and we are extremely appreciative.
Yes, indeed. And without their support, this would not be possible. Any hopes, plans, or dilemmas for the future?
I think if I'm, again, not zooming out, but zooming into the fund, I think what I would see more, if we look at the winners and if we look at the applicants as a whole, I would like to see even more of impact, meaning, clinical impact, experimental clinical studies, design of true innovation, and not so much mechanistic studies that this sort of happened and why did it go in the way it did, or this sort of. So I think we can always be better. The good application, we are competitive, but if I should wish for next year, it's more research that has the impact factor.
Good. Well, we can only wish you the very best in forging the new direction forward for the research fund, and many congratulations for your work so far.
Thank you, Andreas.